The International Criminal Court serves as a court of last resort in the international community. When state courts are unable to handle the trial, the ICC steps in. The aims of the ICC include serving as a court of last resort. This occurs when states can't handle their own trials. They often approach the ICC in the hope that they will prosecute a crime. In doing so, they hope to end impunity for the perpetrators of the most serious crimes like genocide and war crimes. Subsequently, they also assist national judiciaries, so national legal systems, and promote international peace, as through the prosecutions, potential criminals are deterred from serious crimes. In order to achieve their objectives, the ICC has three main roles. Firstly, to inform the Rome Statutes. Secondly, to conduct trials. And thirdly, to prosecute the perpetrators of serious crime. In conducting these roles, they set an expectation of how to behave in the international community through a set of norms and standards. This map represents the states who are party to the Rome Statutes. The green states have signed and ratified, the yellow states have signed but not ratified, and red states have neither signed nor ratified. The map demonstrates the ICC's lack of power, but also its power. We know they can only exercise jurisdiction if the accused perpetrator is a national of a state party to the treaty, or if the alleged crime took place on the territory of a state party to the treaty, or if a situation is referred to the court by the UN Security Council. One such case was the case of Thomas Lubanga. The ICC began investigating his case in 2004. He was a Congolese alleged criminal and who was being investigated for war crimes. The ICC found there was reasonable grounds to investigate. He was arrested and tried and sentenced to 30 years imprisonment just last year, the first successful prosecution under the ICC. With regards to the effectiveness of the ICC, it can be argued that they're effective because they have the power to impose prison sentences of up to 30 years. Furthermore, through prosecution, it can be argued that they deter serious crime from occurring because criminals fear the consequences of being taken to the ICC. However, the ICC also has many limitations. We could say they're ineffective due to the fact that they cannot prosecute criminals outside of their jurisdiction, so outside of the three conditions under which they can prosecute somebody. Furthermore, they do not have the power to charge states. They only deal with individuals who may have committed criminal offences. The ICC does not have a police force, and as such it relies on states to cooperate, and this cooperation would involve arresting and surrendering those suspects to the ICC. And finally, the ICC is dependent on international support for funding, intelligence, and accumulating evidence for trials. We can link the ICC to a number of key concepts from our course. It can be argued that the ICC undermines the sovereignty of states, as the ICC can conduct trials against particular citizens. The ICC is also an example of political globalisation, as it attempts to bring a greater understanding to all states on particular standards and norms in the international community. So it makes the boundaries between states much smaller if they all follow similar rules with regards to the prosecution of war criminals.